I'm back. I'm just working on getting everything up and running again. So just give me a minute or two and everything will be good to go. Let me go ahead and jump into chat with Mind Brosine.
There you are.
You can hear me.
I can.
Thank goodness. Good lord. Well, I'm trying to get everything booted back up. Seems
Okay.
like it was. So I was trying a program to overclock the GPU just to give myself a little bit extra.
Okay.
I'm thinking that I had it set for a little too high, and so it overheated and shut down the game. That's my thought,
Oh, you think so?
potentially.
Okay.
And so I shut that off. I'm not going to be doing that at all now, for at least until I have a chance to actually fully test it. I just think
Okay.
trying to stream and overclock a GPU for the first time, but at the same time, not a very good idea.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Sounds about right.
yeah, I should have thought of that beforehand, but
Yeah.
not much to do about it now.
It's yep. Always
Okay.
testing things. It's a joke on Doc stream that every time, like we intentionally have like a buffer time at the beginning, the end, and the end of every episode or every stream where we just hang out and talk because no matter what, we find at least one thing wrong with the stream. There's one microphone messed up or some audio just
I don't know if you
yeah.
just stopped talking or if
No,
you
I'm
cut out.
still
Yeah,
I'm
I
still
can hear you
talking.
now, but like you
Oh,
said,
okay.
you were talking and then you just went quiet and then you started talking again when you said you were talking.
Oh, okay.
So I missed a few words. Seems like.
Yeah, but streams are the way they are, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're now friends in Fortnite. I'm guessing you can invite me. Everything looks different now.
Yeah, they've updated the UI quite a bit. Although if you go over to you can if you scroll down, it'll show you all the games they have, and they have like their creative mode spawned hundreds of thousands of games, like that people have made custom
Yeah.
themselves. But then there's a bunch of
Oh,
Fortnite made
jeez.
ones. There's a Blitz one that's like a really fast paced one where everybody spawn where there's like only like 30 people on the map and they all have to duke it out. And it's a very small map, so that's the Blitz mode. Um, Circle goes
Oh
in
my
very quickly, so
gosh.
it's like forced fights very quickly. Um, and then there's Fortnite OG, which is basically the same thing as um, which is basically the same thing as uh, OG was, except people have new skins. And the new seasons, they have basically like they've taken the old skins from the old seasons and they've remade them into
Yeah.
new varieties of the old skins. So if you have, I don't know, I think they're completely separate, but if you,
That's cool.
but of course, because now they also have Lego mode and they have the like a music mode or whatever. And if you pay like a $12 a month subscription rather than paying $10 every month and a half when they have a new season, you can pay $12 a month and you get every single pass there is, and you get all the special stuff from those things. And sure, it's all a big money grab, but
I never yeah, sure, but I am blown away at how much they have embraced the brain rot. They're literally calling out brain rot and making it into a game modes. This is insane. Wow.
yeah, I mean, so many of those are just people made them, and they can post whatever they want so long as it fits within the
Yeah.
community guidelines, you know. Is my stream currently
Yeah.
running? Because it looks frozen on my end.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so it's just my preview. My preview has been
Yep,
jacked
you're
up tonight.
running. I see you on the sorry, I should say I see you on the splash screen that says connecting. But I see
D-
you still talking and
Okay, well then you're just probably just a few seconds behind me because I was just there.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Oh, I'm still on a connecting page. It's just a different connecting page from what I was just seeing. Oh, jeez. Well, I'm going to be having to drive 1,800 miles just to go down and see you guys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
980 miles down and then back.
And your poor pups too.
Yeah, I'm going to try to stop like every, 2 to 3 hours just to let them out.
Yep.
I'm going to have to. Luckily, they, after a while, they fall asleep and they just chill, but they a lot of the time want to sit in my lap. Well, I'm in your party, so apparently. 1 second, let me so they have
Do I click on that?
um well, so if you want to play this mode, we can go you can just hit the yellow button that says ready and we can ready up in that. Or we can go to OG if you prefer.
When I say, oh, okay, whatever. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm getting a whole bunch of prompts come up. I'm sorry. For some reason, I was scrolled down by one tick from the very beginning, so all I was seeing is all battle royale duos. Is this the no build mode version?
So there's two versions of OG. One of them is zero build. It has to say zero build on it for it to be zero build. So there's a right hand arrow, and oh, it's not showing up. 1 second, let me. I think I can change it. Battle royale.
Nope. Every once in a while, she believes she's my cat. She's not my cat.
Aw.
Oh, you just went offline.
Well, on my end,
Oh,
I'm
and now you're
still in the
back.
group.
Weird.
Well, I'm still seeing us in. Oh, we were in
No,
Lego
no,
for a
I meant the
second.
stream. The stream went offline for a second.
Oh, must.
Ah.
Yeah, my stream's like crashing.
Oh. Maybe that is. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna leave the Discord. I'm gonna close it. So where's the button?
Hello. Hello. Testing.
I had my mic muted, but I could hear you.
Hey, awesome.
And this might actually work better than Discord because we've been struggling with Discord so badly lately.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to test your sound and lower you a little bit. Had to figure the menus now.
Yeah, the menus. They must have updated the menu since I was last on too, because this is also different than what I remember. Anyway, so we are on zero build. Do you want to play OG or do you want to play the new map?
I'm fine with the new map. It's not
Okay,
like I remember the OG enough, you know.
fair enough. If you go to there's a snowflake in the top left corner of your screen next to the play tab. So if you just go there and then follow the prompts, it'll take you to another chest you can open.
I'm currently trying to figure out how to turn off push to talk. I'm pressing a push to talk button in the middle of a fight. Thank you very much.
Okay, so if you are on the main tab, like you just hit escape, to the right of the microphone and headset icons, there should be a three dot. Just tap on that and take you to communication settings. From there, there's three down. There's voice chat method, and you should be able. It should say open mic or push to talk. And
There we go.
yeah,
It's not under controls. It's not under key bindings. It's not under audio. It's under communication.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah. They try to make it intuitive, but I think they miss the beat sometimes.
Yeah, it's all good. Despite the fact it says that I'm level 320 or whatever in this game,
You're level 1 this season.
yeah. No, don't look
Um,
at my name. I'm level 0.
yeah. My account level is 2,423.
Nice. That's insane. Oh, brother, stupid cat. Get,
Um,
go away.
Career, I have 257 battle royales. I have a 5% win rate.
That's not bad.
So, average of 3 eliminations. Like honestly, so like when I play solo, I usually average like 6 or 7 eliminations. I'd be like, no, I actually think I can. I think I can actually check that. I
Okay.
can.
Well,
I
you're pretty aggro. You're pretty good at rotating when you're ready to go rotate. Whereas when you're in duos, you have to wait for the partner. And I'm gonna slow you down, bro.
well, what we'll do is we'll probably land somewhere that's a little more, hot. Or at least I'll try to. I'm not really up to date with the hotspots right now, because I haven't played in a few weeks.
Okay.
But we're gonna try to drop some more hot locations, and I'll just stick with you just to make sure that you don't get shot while you
Wait,
figure
why are
while
we
you figure things
intentionally
out.
going hot?
Because I want to get kills, and you need to, get thrown in the deep end a little bit.
Okay. Fine. Well, it doesn't matter even if you said, "Oh, don't worry, it'll be nice and calm." You can throw me in some more hot with the difference.
If it has a name over it, then more than likely it's a hot drop.
That makes sense.
All my songs are so slow. Like I'm doing an emote that has a song playing behind it, and the song is so slow.
Oh gosh. What do we press to drop? Is it me? Oh,
Space is
space.
jump. Tab is your map. I don't know if you remember that. One of my favorite places to drop is Wonky Land. It's basically a theme park. It's pretty fun.
Okay.
You can actually
Cool.
go on the lazy river and everything.
Ready?
Yep. Oh, and if you mark on top of somebody else, it gives a thumbs up on their marker instead of just parking.
I see that.
I thought it was fun when they did that. I was
Yeah,
entertained.
I mean that's useful. First person died by fall. Nice.
What? Self-revive device? I didn't pick one up. I marked a shotgun for you. The pump shotguns in this mode aren't very good, just because you can't quick swap them and their fire rate's slow, but the damage is really high. So if you have a good first shot accuracy, you'll be good with it. But
I got some what look like dual short barrels. So
yeah, those are pretty fun. I really like them. I usually opt for those over almost anything else. So
okay. Okay, where
um,
are you? It's not showing you on my map.
I'm to the south of you.
Ah, I see that. Have you
Um,
seen or heard anybody else around here?
Not yet, no. That's kind of why I was comfortable straying a little bit. So there's a few items that you should keep your eye out for. There's a thing called I did not mean to throw a grenade. There's a thing called a wingsuit. That's some of the best mobility you can get. So if you get that, pick that up. Mobility is kind of king in this game. I dropped a slurp juice to top you off a little bit.
Those could take you over 50.
Yeah, they give you 75 either HP or shields, whichever is first.
Nice. No, no, no. I want you back. No.
Also,
Remembering
if
how to juggle that stuff is gonna be annoying.
So when you walk up to like a ledge or something, you'll see a button. You'll see that it gives you an option to hurdle. So if you press space at the right time, you'll climb on top of things or jump over them.
Okay, I see that.
It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's pretty cool.
Okay.
And then if you hit control to sneak, when you're in motion, you slide. I don't know if that's the same or different.
Control the slide. Okay.
Yeah. And then you can double tap and climb, and it'll make you climb walls. Also, these barrels, I don't know if they were there when you were in the game, but they give you 10 shields or HP for each one. So when you're done up there, you can come down here and we'll break them.
The chug jug?
There's a chug jug down there?
No, I'm don't know. Oh yeah, no, I hit one of those barrels on the drop.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you kind of know what they're doing. Do you need any more HP? Oh, you're full, so you don't need
Nope,
it.
I'm full. Yeah, you go.
We're going up the hill towards these shots.
Yep.
Anime girl. They have anime skins now, by the way. They're evil as shit.
Crack for 89. Got him.
Someone need anything? I'm gonna go down.
15, got him. I'm being shot.
I'm rezzing myself.
I'm down. I'm down.
Shit, she got me.
Oh, I thought that was you there, darn it. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Ah, shoot. I forgot we were in duos. I downed somebody, okay? I'm happy.
Honestly, you did pretty good.
No, I'm sorry. I saw somebody on the roof. I thought that was you on the roof. That was the guy you were fighting on the roof. So I was fine moving forward in front of you, leaving my flank behind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he had a gun that was way more powerful than mine, and I was not hitting my shots, so I couldn't make it happen.
Well, I'm sad because I got down by an anime girl. That's a big L for me.
It's pretty depressing. Honestly, I get killed by that skin, I feel like, more than any other skin, so don't feel bad.
It's a great troll skin.
It most definitely is. So I'm assuming that the stream is still updating normally because on my preview it's like frozen at the lobby.
Yeah, but I typically pause the preview. Now I have the luxury of doing that because I know we have viewers that'll tell me if there's something wrong.
Yeah, where like I'm using this to view my chat and everything.
To be honest, leave the chat going, but pause the stream so you don't use the bandwidth.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Oh my gosh. Okay, frame rate is dying.
Yeah, when you first load in, my frame rates, even on my Xbox, which actually handles it better than my PC does at the moment, usually my frames drop and everything drops pretty hard when I first go into the game and stuff. Oh, this is also one of my favorite spots. That triangle thing.
Okay, I'm dropping.
It's like an underground desert laboratory.
So we heading for the center so we can get all the way down, or do we go around it?
Well, the center's not open, so you'd have to go on the edge. Sometimes it's open, sometimes it's not, but right now it's not.
Oh, I see that.
I've only actually ever seen it open once.
Okay, there's a guy dropping right between the two of us.
Yeah, on a surfboard or something.
I am not seeing. Oh, there's a loot spot. I'm gonna drop right.
Oh jeez, I'm frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like completely frozen. Oh, now I'm back. My frames dropped to 0. Should have made myself max frames 0.
There you go. Ooh, I got the cool spacesuit thing you're talking about.
Oh, the wingsuit?
Yeah. I need to drop my graphics.
You have a freaking 4070 and you're gonna drop your graphics?
Yeah. I'm running about at 15 FPS right now.
Good lord, what were you doing last game?
I was perfectly fine. Okay, I hear fire. You hear shots.
Yeah, there's a guy running at me. Got him.
Okay.
They were very aggressive.
Okay, well, his companion's up here, up top.
This is a different duo.
Okay.
So there's 2 people, not just one.
We going inside? I think I heard the thing just open.
Yeah, it did. I think when that alarm goes off is when that thing opens.
Okay. Do we want to?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, we don't go in, I guess.
Nope.
Okay.
It was an experiment for me too. There's a guy over here as well who was firing. Let's go left, where the shots are coming from.
Okay.
Right here. I'm flanking left. There's a guy up on the hill, so I'm gonna take him.
Shield cracked below.
Nice. Okay, Ninja Turtles down. Nicely done.
Got him.
Another team coming up. I can see footsteps.
Okay. There's another flag for you here. I am low on ammo.
By the way, you can roll when you're down.
Nice. Oh my gosh, I'm at 10 FPS. What is going on? Why? I have no reason to be doing this except for the fact that I was editing videos all day and DaVinci Resolve was still running. I probably shouldn't have DaVinci Resolve running while I'm...
Well, that makes a lot more sense. Hey, I've got a gun here that you might like.
Okay. How do you...
How do you what?
How do you drop an item?
Just drag it out of your inventory. I don't remember the hotkey for it.
How do I open up my inventory to
I.
Huh?
I think you can adjust that, but that's what it is set for natively, I think.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. And another wingsuit here.
Yeah, I just found one too. So you, when you have it equipped, you just hit trigger. Typically on the left-hand side of your screen, it'll, like if there's more complex like instructions for an item, you'll see controls for it appear on the right-hand side of your screen when you're holding it.
Okay. Do we want to rotate?
Yep. Let's go straight in towards the line, on the line. So with your wingsuit, you can dive, and then if you swoop up quickly, you'll retain some speed, and you'll be able to get some more distance if you do it right.
Well, yeah.
You didn't do it right.
Dude, it's like my frame rate's okay, and then it just goes...
Yeah, as soon as something starts loading in, it'll go away completely.
Man, and that's probably it's really probably the issue, is just the game isn't fully loaded, or brand new area or something. Oh, chauffeur, I do appreciate the lift. Can I shoot while you ride? Yes!
Yep. There are certain things you can't use while you ride, like a sword and stuff like that, but most guns you can.
Can you run over people?
Can you what?
Can you run over people?
Yes, yes, most definitely
What?
yes.
Okay, then swords are irrelevant.
There was a season a while back where the whole game, like there was turrets on cars, and cars were, if you, oh, you can get a sword if you go through this portal, but you have to fight people for it.
No thanks. Shots up ahead.
Ooh, I've taken a lot of hits.
Yeah, I've picked him a little bit, but I haven't. Fighting at 10 FPS.
You want to finish him? Shit. Sorry, if I didn't step in, he was going to kill me.
Um,
Hey, hey, hey. Oh, my game crashed. Pretty sure my game crashed again.
what's the? Oh no.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know why my game crashed. I don't know what's going on. I think it's going to be about time for me to get a new graphics card because if this is happening, that's not going to work. So trying to open Discord kind of messed things up.
Hey,
Hey, you still in the game?
yeah, you just froze in place.
Yeah, I got the
That
same error
was
message as before,
uh
so
okay, dang. I found somebody, had to shoot him, ran out of ammo on two weapons.
did you get him?
No, somebody boogie bombed me. What? I didn't know
I
that was
knew
in game anymore.
I
What?
had forgotten it was in the game too.
I'm about to die. I'm at no health, but
Good
oh
lord.
my gosh. Yeah, okay. 11th though.
Yeah, we got pretty far.
Okay, fine. Return to lobby. I'm fixing my graphics. Holy cow. I don't know what that was. It was a 10 FPS in every fight. Are you sure half the players in these lobbies aren't bots?
Just to let everybody know in the chat, we do not allow spam. So, person who just chatted has been banned from the chat for trying to spam links. So, no, thank you.
What a bad boy.
Yeah, very bad, very bad.
So do we try again?
I on
Or
it.
is the internet just not handling it today?
Well, considering last time I had to completely shut down my computer, I don't want to risk it.
Dang. Well, hey,
So,
I'm happy that I don't suck too badly.
honestly, I think you're just rusty. I don't remember you ever
Okay.
sucking.
Okay. I have 0 solo wins. Okay. Uh,
Well, Oh, I was gonna say I don't have zero. I have zero solo wins too, but then I realized, oh wait, no, that's not true, is it? But anyway, I also played way more solos than you. I played like you only ever really played with me.
Yes. Yeah, I played a little bit of my own just to try to get better, so I could like have a match where I was just focusing on the basics. Because what ends up happening, this happens to me all the time whenever I'm in a co-op sort of situation,
Hmm.
is I let the other person call the shots and make the decisions, and so I don't form the decision making process for myself. So I say, yes, this is when I rotate, this is when I have enough, whatever. You know, like in that fight, I was yeah, chronically, no, whatever. I never had enough ammo, right?
Yeah,
And that almost killed me at one point. So
yeah. For me, like if there's nobody in a specific drop spot, I'll take my time and load up before I move on. Because if you get caught out by other people who've already rotated, who already had enough stuff, you'll get yourself killed. But if there are people actively around, I will literally grab the first gun that I can find and I will go hunting because killing them before they use up all the ammunition is the most important thing you can do. So that you leave that area with as much of the
absolutely.
ammunition as possible.
And theoretically, if you're low on gear, they're low on gear as well, and so it's still an even fight. You know.
Yeah, and if you come in aggressively, they're in the mindset of get the weapons, and if you're in the mindset of get the kills first, then they usually are caught unawares, and you have a higher chance of success.
Yeah.
Excuse
Well,
me.
I am happy to see that I remembered most of the controls.
Yeah.
Pretty good with it. Pretty happy with that.
So,
Okay.
since I'm not playing Fortnite anymore, we played a good hour and a half of Fortnite, or at least I did.
Yeah.
We can swap to a different game for now, because I'm wondering if that was a Fortnite side thing, because I've not had that happen before. That is a very new thing. And I
Yeah.
have run OBS and restream and all that stuff with Fortnite before, so that's not new. So I'm thinking of changing maybe to a different game. It's just a matter of figuring out what game. And I don't think that the games I have downloaded are multiplayer except for Minecraft.
Yeah.
So if you're good with Minecraft, we can switch to that. Maybe if Garrett's up to it,
Yeah.
he can
Let's do
join
that.
us too if he wants. But yeah,
He's been going to bed fairly early these days, but
old man.
and of course he's muted this chat between the two of us because that's what he does every single time.
Like honestly, and he wonders why the two of us don't connect very much.
Yeah. Well, he's been really trying this last few months and actually doing a really good job of it of building a good morning schedule every day and
That's good.
becoming more productive and stuff. So
That is very
once
good.
again, he works from home, so having a good structure is cool. Okay. Well, I am turning down all my settings by one notch just to help out next time, just in case that makes a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm
Um,
also turning off stupid temporal anti-aliasing. I don't know why an FPS has that. I just
I don't even know what that is, honestly. Like, I can't think of what it is.
well, it's a pixel smoothing technique, right?
Yeah,
And pixel smoothing, nobody likes jaggies. The problem is this temporal anti-aliasing specifically looks back into the past that get is a weird ghosting effect, and especially when you want to be super precise on your shots, you don't want the player you're attacking to be smeared, right? You want to know exactly where they are, jaggies or not. You want a higher resolution to fix that. You don't want, yeah. So that's my
yeah,
thought.
yeah. I hear what you're saying. I haven't noticed it. I don't even know if I have it on, honestly. I need to go in and check
Yeah.
that. Maybe that'll be one of those things that I can get rid of that would help me a little bit.
Now, hold
But
on a second. I need to close DaVinci Resolve. I don't want it to hurt my Minecraft gameplay.
good lord. All right. I am going
I
in
update
and
Minecraft.
oh, dude, you remember when I used to make like fight maps or whatever? Like we tried to do like a
Yeah.
battle royale in Minecraft. That was fun.
Uh,
Does the name Cranex sound familiar to you? Is that from Dad's stream or is that someone
no.
else? Yeah, well, I thanked him for following yesterday. I have no idea who it is, but you know, what a
Awesome.
but he followed, and excited to have more people. Just he sounded familiar. I
That's
could have
cool.
sworn that I heard it on Dad's stream.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's
Well,
a bunch of
we
games
have
called Minecraft. Mine. Anyway, go ahead.
we have a lot of people who follow Dad who love Minecraft. And though Satisfactory is his primary game, of him and all his viewers, he is the least inclined to enjoy Minecraft, which is
Who
strange.
is Dad?
Dad is. So, you know.
Okay, I'm updating my stream title to Nevermind. It's Minecraft, and the description is yeah, Fortnite didn't work out.
Nice.
So yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right. I put myself in a dark hole last time we played.
Just next time anybody wants to spam random stuff in my chat room, at least give me a follow. Like, come on.
At least say hello first. It's a
Buy
joke
me
for the
dinner.
game.
It's like it'd be funny if like there was a streamer who like you aren't allowed to chat until you pay them $5, and it's just and it's called being like buy me dinner first.
Yep.
I feel like a girl streamer could get away with that.
Oh,
Wait, no,
totally.
I don't want to open that. I want to open my actual Minecraft game because I actually have that now.
Oh, which means you'll have to look back in the chat and get the IP address. But that also means that I can turn on whatever it's called, authentication again. So we can actually
Yes.
have our regular skins.
Yes. Oh,
Oh, very good, very good. I'm still recovering from losing those stinking diamonds.
getting knocked into lava by a zombie. Wasn't that what happened?
Yeah, yeah. The annoying part is there's a single wide hole with lava at the bottom, and it was just like it was too deep, single wide, nothing I could do. So I just had to burn to death.
Jeez,
I
man.
could have put a block underneath me, and I thought about that just a little bit too late, but
Well,
oh well.
you don't know until it's making me sign in. Gosh dang it. Not like I didn't just sign in.
So what's this runic lettering at the bottom of your stream?
Oh, I didn't realize it was so bold. Meant to have it more opaque.
Yes, discover your secret sign.
One of those words is a tattoo I have on my shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it a name?
Maybe, maybe not.
Okay.
I'm trying to. No, it won't let me. Other images I have, it lets me like. Wait, why is it? Wait, oh, am I in? It put me into a different. It put me into Bedrock.
Ah, is it the same
I
launcher for
think.
both?
Well, you can go. So there's the
Okay.
Minecraft launcher, and then it has both of them there.
Yeah.
Whereas I think I selected one out of there that was like the actual application, and it said Minecraft on it, didn't say Bedrock. So
The hard thing, and the more full answer when you asked earlier the differences between the two, is that a long time ago they decided to make Bedrock because Java, is not a great version because it's based on Java and Java has problems. The problem is the advantages of Java. I mean, we can mod it, we can do all sorts of good stuff with it. It's the player base really hasn't moved on. It's gained new players on Java or on Bedrock, But man, the Java player base doesn't want to move on because they enjoy what they can do with it, and so they're kind of stuck with us.
Yeah. I am, however, interested in trying out Minecraft Dungeons and Legends.
Yeah,
That does look interesting. And in case
yeah.
I don't know what version the server's on right now, but I'm being able to run 1.2, 1.11. So I don't know if you need to
It's
update
on
that or whatever.
10. Well, yeah, you'll have to install .10, but I'll get the server updated to .11 soon.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay,
Oh,
so
so
will
I
you
still
copy the
have.
link before you launch the game?
Okay, let me quit the game then. It just finally got up. Okay, so
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
installations.
The
I see
Minecraft launcher is really
installations.
slow.
1.2,
You'll just have to
1.10.
add an installation.
Okay, no result. I searched for it and no result. Snapshots included. Latest snapshot 26.1. That's
It is not a
weird.
snapshot.
So what do I
Well, I'm not seeing it on your stream, so I can't.
do? I can add it in really quick. This would be application. Well, that's audio. Not a browser. It's not a video game. Window. There we go. Okay.
You can also just have it as a. You could just show your desktop.
I that would be doing things the easy way, and I don't do things the easy way.
Oh, well, gotta respect that.
Okay, well I put it up on
Because
my stream and it's doing nothing. It's just black.
it's doing nothing.
Yeah, I don't usually like showing my whole desktop. I don't know why, but I have issues with it. I'll just do display capture for a minute.
Okay.
Okay, it's on the screen. It's covering up my face. Okay, you should see it in a sec.
Yeah, there it is.
You couldn't see the
Okay,
hand
so
gesture I just did.
currently looking. So yeah, click new installations. No, I just click new installation.
Oh, I assumed because.
And what's on
Okay, release this one.
the list when you click new?
Is it? I am
It's
hovering over
delayed,
one.
so I'm waiting.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, go for it.
Okay.
Okay. Art thou okay?
Never. Rarely.
Art... Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Aha! Here is my kind of sort of base of operations. I have brought additional iron to smelt, and one lone diamond.
Yeah, sucks to lose all that diamond, doesn't it?
Yep, but that's okay. I'm about to go back down and get a whole bunch.
Okay.
I just need a pair of pants, and that'll be
Okay.
really.
There.
The problem is food. Oh, you know what? While that's cooking, I'm gonna go upstairs and get some food.
Do you have to say it like that though? What would Doctor House
Food.
say?
Oh my god, Doctor House.
It's been a
Lives
hot
and
minute.
deaths, my man.
It's been a hot minute, hasn't it?
Yeah. Farming Ice Crown Citadel while watching Doctor House. In the exercise room down in the basement in the O'Fallon house.
Oh, right. I need to go multiplayer. Um, yeah, I remember farming Ice Crown Citadel. I don't think I watched House while doing that, but I remember farming Ice Crown Citadel.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. I should say mining around Ice Crown
Wait,
Citadel.
wait, where the frick am I? Oh, I'm a new character, so I'm way far away from you. Can you teleport me to you, please?
Oh.
I hope I left all my stuff in the chest, or else this is gonna be really, really awkward.
I need to dispatch a few creepers that spawned overnight.
Well, I see your dot. I'm gonna start running that direction. It is a very far dot, but it is a dot, and I can follow said dot. I was able to find a new skin as well. So, what? That's not the skin I was wearing. Okay, never mind. I'm a black
No.
woman.
Yes, because we are not currently verified.
Oh, I thought that
We're
you
not
had
verified identity.
Oh, I thought you turned that back on.
I didn't. I haven't touched anything since you got your account yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Go away, Zamble.
Hence why I have to play in version 10 rather than 11.
Exactly.
Okay, so my spawn location was actually decently close to you. Like, yeah, I literally am walking into your over to your house right now. So we must have gone full circle and come right back to where we started.
Yeah, we're only 300 blocks away from spawn.
So we went full circle. Man, Garrett stayed on a long time. Look at that.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Dude, look at that bridge.
Yeah,
he.
I was just like looking at that. I was like, what
Yeah.
the frick? He needs a girlfriend.
Nah, it doesn't take long to build that. It's just fence
I thought you were gonna say, nah, he doesn't need a girlfriend. I was about to like, ooh boy.
Look.
We're not going
Not
there.
to be topically appropriate or anything else, but how many females do we know that have been good helpmeets?
I know of one.
No?
Yeah, I didn't handle it well.
You shall become disabused of that notion soon. Or
I hope
eventually,
not.
I should say.
I hope not.
I hope you do for your own sanity. Oh, and I have food again. Bread. It's just bread.
It's just bread.
It's just bread.
It's like saying it's just life. Good Lord.
Not much, but it's honest work. Oh.
Well, I'm going to be going back down to my cave. I've decided that all of my light down there will be made of lava in stone braziers. So
Nice.
that's my plan. I just need to be able to grow grow trees down there, so I have wood. Shouldn't be too bad. I mean, if trees grow well enough, just take some oak saplings.
How very dwarven of you.
Yep, I am super dwarf. Let's take all the wood that I have in my chests. Also have a crap ton of clay that I can bring with me.
So Garrett has never cared for Warcraft, really, or and D&D he's really distanced himself from as well. Which means when they went all woke and stupid,
Wait, how do you mean?
Nobody to complain to.
How do you mean?
So we'll say D&D, okay?
Sure.
The new edition, in order to avoid racial insensitivities, okay, have removed any stat bonuses from races, period. So a
So even
gnome
elves?
and a dwarf and a Goliath and an orc all have the same strength modifier.
That is stupid.
Yes.
It's like saying a black man's bad at basketball.
It's just ugh. Anyway, so yeah, the game. They came out with a new version a couple years ago, and
Like
they
after
released.
5e?
Yes, it's still called 5e, but it's just 2024 edition. So it's just it's like it's less of a change than 3 to 3.5. It's just practically nothing. But it was just enough for them to reprint the books. Their sales are terrible. Nobody's interested in the new series, and so anyway, that's all.
It's so dumb. Like, why do they have to get into that field? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well,
Like, I mean, if they were to say, oh, we will no longer make it so that black men can jump higher than white men in D&D, I'd be like, oh yeah, well, whatever, I don't care.
yeah, sure, that kind of makes sense, right? Like,
But
duh, but
but an orc cannot lift the same weight as well, sorry, a gnome, I should say, cannot lift the same weight as an orc. It just doesn't work.
right. But this is fantasy. You can have anything in fantasy.
But
Well,
but
you can use
but
that argument to destroy all rules. So,
yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why I stopped really enjoying watching Critical Role, because I actually listened to them like on podcasts because they have podcasts for it. But I stopped listening to them because basically, Matt Mercer's wife became a lesbian and was constantly going on about how she was, going to make out with other women in the game. Just
oh, yay.
it's like one, the Mighty Nine kind of sucked in comparison to Vox Machina. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, Tellison at least kept it somewhat. His characters have always been different, but I don't know. It felt like they were always unique, odd characters, and it wasn't played as the main storyline. So,
Yeah, I'm just like she is. Honestly, that woman is such an obnoxious woman. Like, I'm gonna be
yeah,
honest with you. Like, I never liked her, but like, at least in the previous one, she created a character that wasn't totally obnoxious. You
yeah.
know,
She
it
was easily
was,
the weakest player of the group, by far.
and it was just, I just couldn't stand her. And now she's like this female empowerment, go make out with other ladies woman. It's just like, okay, well, we can tell who you are in real life, and why the heck did you marry a dude?
Yeah.
Jeez, I keep missing the skeleton. I only have a pickaxe. I'm trying to kill a skeleton. I might die.
No, how about just not then?
Got it.
There you go.
Heck yeah.
See, my
Heck
advice
yeah.
worked.
What was your advice? Don't die.
Don't die.
Practical advice.
It was very useful. Okay.
You know what? Who knows? Maybe I would have died without it. Who knows? Dude, like from
Follow
this,
and subscribe for more.
for more tips and tricks for how to survive Minecraft, just don't die. Oh, I see diamonds. They're in a massive cavernous pit, but there's diamonds. I like the view of this cavernous pit. I think I'm gonna put my house here.
Cool. I need to find another way down that isn't just down to that same exact thing. Same exact spot, because
Like, I've found like at least 4 different massive cavernous antechambers, and then tons of tunnels in between. Like, I could spend forever mapping this place out. Like, it's insane. I love it.
yeah.
Like, if this actually existed in real life, have you seen the How to Train Your Dragon movies, by the way?
No.
Well, they're nothing like the books, but in the best
Yeah.
way. I
I've been
love the How to
told
Train Your
that.
Dragons movies.
Wait. I did see the first How to Train Your Dragon movie because you were raging against it before
I
I watched it.
know, I
And then you wrote
know.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I remember that.
and like, I just like Serena, especially, like me and her actually bonded over that. Like, um, we got her a stuffed Toothless, and for her birthday we got her like a Toothless toy. Like when the movie came out, it's like she loves Toothless, and
That's
and then there's like
awesome.
a TV series that she loves to watch for it, and so between that and her watching Pokemon, like the two of us really bonded over like the nerdy stuff. Like Emma was a part of that too, quite a decent amount, but she's not as big on that kind of nerdy stuff as we are.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, it was like if you haven't seen the other two, so I will say I don't like how they ended it because um, they made it as though I don't really want to spoil it, so I really won't give it away. But I felt like there was other
I'll never
options.
watch it.
So basically, so the first movie, it ends with them embracing dragons. The second
Yeah.
movie, they're fighting back against a bunch of people who are coming in and trying to basically capture all these dragons. And there's this guy leading them, is trying to turn into basically create a dragon army to take over the world, basically. Um,
That sounds like a logical progression of the story.
yeah. Um, so this guy, big issue. He kills Stoic. He actually so there's like an alpha species in amongst the dragons um, that when they actually attain the rank of alpha, they're able to control the minds of other dragons to an extent. Um, and so he used Toothless to kill Stoic. We're using that dragon. Um, and Stoic's Hiccup's dad, if you don't remember. Um,
Okay, okay, thank you. I knew he was one of the adults, but I didn't remember who.
Yeah, so Stoic dies. Hiccup becomes chief at the end of the movie, and and he of course he doesn't marry the main character chick yet, but that happens at the end of the third movie. But anyway, um, but so anyway, that's how that one ends, and then the third one, um, in case anybody's watching and actually hasn't seen this yet for some reason and they want to, don't listen. But so the third one, the bad guy's been defeated, and all these rival warlords are trying to band together and basically follow in his footsteps and recreate this dragon army that he had created. And they aren't being successful because these dragon riders that are trained by Hiccup are running in, stealing all the dragons, and then giving them a place to stay on Burke. And so um, they hire this bounty hunter to go in and base and kill Toothless. But this bounty hunter is the one who eradicated the rest of the Night Furies. So he's the reason Toothless is the last of his kind. Um,
Okay.
and so he's very knowledgeable about Night Furies and how they behave, and he's a very good hunter besides. So anyway, so he goes and he challenges Hiccup and basically tricks him into falling into his trap of leaving Burke. And so Hiccup, of course, with his daring wit and whatnot, defeats this guy eventually. Toothless finds the only other Night Fury that's left, so they kind of become a bonded pair. Um, and then Hiccup has this come to Jesus moment of these dragons are never going to be safe here, so we have to send them somewhere where they can be safe and not until humans are ready to
Not
deserve them
overpowered.
basically. So he sends them to this underground networks of caves, which actually this cave really reminds me of, where the dragons are able to live separate from mankind and live in peace. So that's the only thing I didn't like. It's just like, okay, you're giving up on your best friend and on a fight that's worthy,
Yeah, that's the
because
typical humans evil end where all humans evil, not certain humans evil, not good can overcome evil. It's no, just humans just evil.
yeah, that was honestly like the only thing I can compare it to is Richard Rahl, um, because he would so there's a difference there because he's a wizard with some sort of future sight where he's able to you know discern that okay, if I do this at this time, then the people will not be ready and it will be a useless fight. But the flaw I always saw in his logic was, you know, if someone doesn't pick up the fight, then then you're destined to lose no matter what. Um,
Yeah.
which, of course, Kalen in that situation picked up the fight in his stead while he was imprisoned, and then once the time was right, he was able to break free and become, the leader once again. Um, so in the end, it wasn't giving up, but it was the same mindset of, people aren't ready for me to lead them. People aren't ready for the good or whatever. And so, yeah, it's the same sort of mindset that I saw used there, but used successfully.
Yeah, sure. I kind of enjoyed Sword of Truth, and the book that you mentioned of him when he was the slave or whatever else and built the statue and whatever. I haven't read the books in forever. That was a fun book, but that wasn't a novel. That was a piece of propaganda, right? It was this guy had a particular political axe to grind, and that was the book. It's still a
Yeah,
lot of fun,
100%,
but
absolutely.
it's a political treatise.
Well, I mean,
And
so is Naked Empire. So is, I mean, most of his
right,
books,
100%.
before he goes back to just the war side of things, are basically indicting a political frame of mind and then going to war to fight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I kind of like it. In fact, I modeled some of my writing style after that because I really admire that how he has such a strong. No, I haven't like modeled it like, oh, I'm trying to make a political statement or whatever, but like
Yeah.
I do like how he very clearly exemplifies like this is evil. This is what evil looks like. This is what it sounds like. This is how it breathes, and then this is what you should do to fight it. And I admire that to a degree.
Sure. I
I
on
can
one
hear
hand,
thunder.
yep, yeah, there's a bit of a storm going on.
Anyway, you were saying.
On one hand, there's two parts I don't like. First, he very publicly made the statement that you are either born a writer or you're not. There's no amount of training or learning and studying or whatever else that can ever make you a writer. If you don't have a story in you, then you don't, and don't try.
Okay, so that's a problem more with the author than the story. Okay, I hear what you're saying.
100% with the author. Okay, so let's take that and now let's look at his books with that context. First, there's a significant number of the books in that series that are very, very weak. Okay.
Yeah, I think Naked Empire is easily his weakest, the one where he's like talking to the Indian people or whatever that just
Uh
don't
huh.
want to fight anybody. In the
There
audiobooks,
are
they sounded Indian, so that's why I call them Indian people.
sure some sort of native enclave that doesn't work with the outside world. There are
Yes.
entire books in the series where the entire book is a diversion. The beginning and the end of the story are identical, and I think Naked Empire is the one where he gets diverted, and he's literally on the road at the start of the book, and he's on the road at the end of the book. It's like, what was the
Yeah.
point, right?
Yep, I
So
agree. I
then,
That one and the one where his sister is introduced. I usually skip those two.
okay, yes, absolutely, absolutely, both of those. So it's if the concept is you're a writer or you're not, okay. I say one Wizard's First Rule was by far and away your most successful book. Okay,
100%.
that was a
Yeah.
book that was not based off of I'm talking about politics. It was here's a good story, and he told a good story, and it was
Yeah.
excellent. Okay,
And I think that was the start of his excellence of portraying somebody as truly evil, but not for a political point of view. Because Dark
yeah,
and Rawl, you read the things he did, and it makes me sick hearing the things he did, but it makes you hate his guts and be happy when he dies. And that's
yeah,
something that I have no idea how to do because if I don't know how I could write about that stuff. Because talking about
oh
the stuff that happened to that he did to kids. I
yeah,
could never
absolutely,
write about that. Like being a dad, I couldn't do it.
yeah. But then you look at like okay, so he had his series, and then the series just kept on going and going, and it's like oh look, he's putting out a brand new novel. Oh look, it's set in the modern day. It's a new series. This is cool. Now we can learn about him, a talented born writer, because you're either born a writer or you're not. Oh, it's actually a novel in the exact same series, except now we're in the alternate universe without magic. And so he, as a self-professed author, that he was born an author, and if you haven't written a book, it's because you're not born an author, now has committed a number of sins of making books that are completely irrelevant to the series, that are forgettable, making novels, trying to lean on an old series to make a rather boring concept of of a different series novel function. So I mean, by his own standard, he's a very poor author,
Yeah,
applying his own standard.
I do agree. You make a very strong point. The only way that I would disagree is so I believe overall the series, the Sword of Truth series itself, if you just as a standalone series, was good. Obviously, there are 2 or 3 books in there that are kind of like whatever. Um, like I wouldn't be able to put it on the same pedestal as J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter, where every single book was on its own very good, and had a
Yeah,
strong, story to it. I wouldn't put
you
it on the
have
same
very few
pedestal.
books on that list.
Yeah, and then at the same time, like also Aragon, Christopher Paolini just came out with a new book that is the same thing. Like literally, it's just Allegasia, but it's about Murtaugh instead of Aragon.
Yeah,
Like, and I'm thinking about getting it just so I can read it and and enjoy it because I do love the world, but it's it's just more of the same thing, and I don't really, I honestly wasn't in love with Allegasia. It didn't spark my imagination the way Sword of Truth does, or the way Harry Potter did, or whatever else.
yeah. I I enjoyed Sword of Truth for a time. I got through Chainfire and Confessor. I don't remember what comes after that.
Um,
If if
Confession's
you
the
told me
last
it's
one. Confession's the last one of that series. Then they had 3 books that came after that were after they began ruling Dahara. Um,
yeah,
and I don't really like. They had some good moments, but overall, it was a very honestly there wasn't a lot of like good to it. To be honest with you.
yeah,
Um, but I did read them like out of respect for everything that he had done previously. I did read it just so I could say I had
yeah,
basically.
sure. So,
But
and to be honest, my views on
Omen
modern
Machine, that was it. Omen Machine.
yes, that wasn't that the modern day one.
No, no, that one was set in Dahara after the Chainfire spell was banished to the other realm, um, which kind of feels bad
Because I've
because
read
like
Omen Machine. I just don't remember anything about it.
so the Omen machine was there. There was a machine built into the heart of the palace in Dahara, um, and the this Omen machine was basically the source of all prophecy. Basically, um, so anytime a prophet received prophecy, it was passed through the netherworld into the Omen machine, and then passed into the minds of the prophets. So prophecy itself is the theory is prophecy itself is a construct of wizards.
Hmm.
So the story progression there. If I mean I'm it's been I listened to the series twice just so I could say that I knew it well. Um, so I do remember a decent amount of it, but the basic premise was uh, this Omen machine. Richard got some information regarding it and was led off on an adventure trying to chase down um, basically a breach in a magical wall to the north. But it was like it was very much a Game of Thrones style wall, where it was a literal wall with magical barriers that kept out um, basically soulless people um, who were immortal because they weren't technically alive because they had no souls, so they just lived on and on and on and on. But so anyway, he goes and confronts this evil. There's some big bad evil guy um, who's coming back, who is using basically necromancy from like cult powers to come back to life. He comes back and he starts fighting against Ahara, and so Richard is not has to stop him, but to do that he has to break all links to the underworld, which means when Zed gets decapitated and dies. Um, by the way, he dies. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Best character in
Um,
the series.
yeah, seriously, like I was pissed off when he died. Anyway, so he got killed, and then Kalen was murdered, and then Richard basically used magic to tie his soul to Kalen's soul to drag so that he could drag her out of the underworld, put her back in her body, and then he took her place basically, and then suddenly Zed from the underworld led basically an attack of a bunch of basically dead wizards to fight back the Keeper's minions to get Richard's soul free, um, which it was a cool moment. Like I said, there's cool moments in it.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not opposed to that storyline. That sounds like fun.
yeah, and honestly, I feel like that's what it really was. All it was just fun. It wasn't. There was nothing like really like insanely great about it. It was just fun. Um,
Yeah,
but
and that's
anyway,
really what the kind of the second half of this whole series was. Chainfire and Confessor. To me, they were kind of generically fun, but yeah,
yeah, I also felt like he was kind of obligated. He had to defeat Jigang. He had to, which I still think Jigang is one of the best story villains that I've encountered. Short of Dark and Raw, except Dark and Raw, he didn't last long enough.
So what was okay? So first off, you like Dark and Raw because he was a bad guy you could hate, right?
Yeah, like that's something that not like honestly Voldemort even you can't even really hate Voldemort. I mean, it's not like he. I mean, yes, he killed kids, but you
Voldemort
never
was
saw him do
brilliant,
it.
but anyway,
Okay, I'll have to think about that one before I make a comment on it. Um,
sure.
but
His tactics were wrong, but his base theory was correct.
talking about like the dilution of the magical bloodline.
Yep.
Yeah, I would agree with that on a base premise, but that is you have to make an assumption there that blood born of a magic born of you know the blood of somebody um, who wasn't in the magical bloodline to begin with is weaker than somebody who's in the bloodline to begin with.
I don't think you need to make that claim. I don't think you need to look at that. I think all you have to do is look at the fact that they're constantly looking to spells made hundreds of years ago. They're constantly trying to find magic that was lost hundreds of years ago. The advances in magic aren't really happening. That they're constantly trying to hide themselves. They aren't progressing. They are the majority of them are living in a poverty state, even though they're living in in Harry Potter late 90s, early 2000s, where the rest of the world was fairly wealthy, and so they had all this magic and weren't at all advanced. In fact, they were worse off than Muggles. The
Yeah, I
only
mean they
conclusion I can
definitely were
come is that
holding
they're
themselves
dying.
back.
Yeah, the only conclusion I can come is that they were dying.
Yeah, and honestly, I hate that so much about modern stories because the main reason I don't like Sword of Truth is because all magic is dying.
Yep.
The last War Wizard, the last of the Dreamwalkers, the last of the Confessors. And yes, I know he went back and like created a new series where like, oh, we're talking about Magdaciris now and all that stuff. But the last is always the last. It's never the first. It's never a new order. It's never anything like that. And that's something that I want to have be different in my series when I write it, which I'm working on right now. Is I want there to be new things. Um, I want it to be unique every time, unique and growing. I want it to be a universe that's full of life instead of one that's dying.
Yeah.
Because the chain fire spell and losing subtractive magic in Sword of Truth, that just spells doom for all of magic over time. Eventually, it's all going to be gone.
Yeah.
And he is the last war wizard. There will not be another kind of thing. And
So,
sorry, go ahead.
no, I blame that a lot on the fantasy genre. I think that Tolkien wrote the genre for his people at his time, and he was writing at a time when magic was dying in the real world, when the world was fully discovered, and the individuality, the idea that there was a forest nearby that was haunted, that had face spirits. That concept used to be alive and well in his day, and he watched that concept die. In fact, I have a series of books that I'll show you if you're at all interested.
Yeah.
They're the fairy books, okay? And there's a series of about a dozen of them. These are a series of folk tales gathered by a couple of people over the course of their lifetimes from the English peoples and whatnot of folk tales and fairy tales. They're odd and weird, and the stories themselves aren't great, but it shows how non-linear their thinking was, and it shows that they felt and they believed like they had this they lived in a world of magic where magic just existed. It
Yeah.
was just a fact of reality,
Yeah.
and
Science
that
kind of
was being
broke that
lost.
for us.
Yeah, and well, yeah, and we can get into that at some point. But the there's a lament that happens that's built into the fantasy genre, the loss of magic. It's built into Tolkien, and he invented the genre, and so it's so deeply embedded into it. It's hard to have a fantasy world without it.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. And I guess, part of me is like, I've noticed, like, I look at the world and, like, I remember, so let's even take it back to the 1900s when the Eiffel Tower was built. It's not the Eiffel Tower, the Empire State Building was built.
okay,
There's a level of mysticism and magic that comes with the ability of a person to build something that majestic.
yeah,
That doesn't exist nowadays. People build those kinds of buildings, either they build them all the time, or when they do build them, it's just like, okay, well, there's a new ugly building, who cares? And, like, I mean, there's like, you see pictures of guys sitting up on top of beams in the middle of the sky,
yeah,
and, and it's just like, man, you'd have to be crazy to do that, or you'd have to be confident that there's someone looking out for you. And honestly, there's a level of mysticism and I don't know, supernaturalism with God as well that we don't see
yeah,
nowadays. People either see God as a very tangible physical being, or they see him as some sort of fictitious whatever. They don't care.
hmm
And so, I people can't to nowadays can't conceive of a being that is all knowing, all powerful, and all loving, or as wrathful, because that just doesn't exist in our paradigm nowadays. And I think that's really broken our vision of God because, not only have we lost that mysticism, but we've lost that wonder, that comes with the world. There's no wonder left.
yeah. So, okay, since you've kind of broached the subject, when you talk about, science kind of ruin things, I would say it's specifically philosophy. The old phrase is, God is dead and we killed him. And that comes
Sure.
out of the French tradition of, okay, well, God isn't real, therefore, and
It was the
suddenly it
French,
changed.
you said?
Yeah, the
Gosh
intellectuals
dang it.
mostly resided in France at the time. Yeah,
I
another
knew I didn't
damn
like him.
French.
Anyway, go ahead.
And that was just the center of the universe at the time. What that did is, science was not really a term prior to that. Okay, it was natural philosophy, is what it was called. And natural philosophy was a human-centric view of how does the universe work and how does it serve us? What is our place in the universe? How is this universe constructed and built around us?
Yeah.
And that got changed for science, which is but what if humans are just animals? What is this world around us? How did it evolve before we did? And suddenly humans are removed from the world or reduced to just mere animals in science, which removes the mysticism, removes the question of why do these things exist? I heard a voice in the forest. It must be real. Who is in the forest? Whose voice was that? Instead,
Yeah.
there's always an explanation.
Yeah, and like if you hear a voice in the forest, then you have problems. You have mental health issues. Obviously, we know logically, sure, people have mental health issues if they're hearing voices that aren't there. But
Yeah,
at the same time, like, where's the other side of it?
yeah.
Like, it,
Speaking
it's
of, oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead and finish up. I didn't really have a great next point to go to.
I saw a video a little short while ago of an old raven. We're talking like its feathers had gone white around the edges. Like it looked like it was going to tell you something wise. And its trainer was an old Russian man. And so this raven was crawling in old Russian, and it was the coolest sounding raven I've ever heard. I was like,
Cawing in
"Oh, that
Russian?
is awesome." Yeah, because ravens can do voices just like parrots.
Really? I did not know that.
It's a corvid, and corvids can do all sorts of sounds, and it was
A corvid's
super
like a
cool.
type of bird or something?
Yeah. Let me see, ravens, and what's the other one that's really similar to a raven? Oh gosh. It's the other black bird. There's like two big black birds. One's a raven, one's
Crow.
something else. Crow, yeah. So crows are more solitary and therefore they're much more standoffish, but ravens will have a society and will learn people and will make friends with people and can be trained. Anyway.
Yeah, which is interesting because people nowadays, they see ravens ravens and well, crows specifically, but ravens they had a lot of mysticism around the back of the day too. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I that was all I had really to add was, that voice in the forest. Hey, it's a raven or a crow.
Yeah, and that's also like, I mean, that discovery, it's wonderful, and then it's also makes you wonder, like, what's up with the crow that he can talk?
Yeah.
And that's a cool thought too. Like, does the crow know something, or does he have some specific power that allows him to do that?
Yep. I read a book by Matt Colville. He's most known for his role-playing game content.
Yeah, I remember you watching a lot of his stuff before I left.
Yeah, he was kind of one of the OG D&D guys on YouTube. But he wrote a couple of novels, and they're pretty cool. Um, his big idea is, it's still the main characters of the novel are still your typical adventuring party. Um, Actually, the idea of the novel is that you build up this adventuring party over time.
Okay, yeah.
But they're called at the beginning they're called rat catchers. People don't like rat catchers. Rat catchers are adventurers, and they usually just bring problems with them. And people treat them like once you bring the problems.
Let's see. He hit the door stopper.
Wow. Okay, that just sound like a door stopper.
It's one of those spring ones.
Okay. Wow. Anyway, they were called rat catchers, and nobody liked them. But yeah, it was. I can't remember what I was gonna say about them. Darn it. Oh yeah, that's right. They had, they just had a enchanted forest, and that was the whole shtick of the first novel they
No, no,
started
no,
was
no, no!
just
You gosh
initiative.
dang zombies!
Ah,
He knocked me into the lava.
I hope you didn't lose all your stuff.
I only had one diamond on me, but it's right next to my house. I just need to get back there in time. Luckily, I didn't drop it all in the lava. I got it far enough away.
Good. But this cleric paladin type character had to go into the Green Forest, and it's full of this fey sort of mysticism, and he meets a Lady of the Lake type character, and he has to find the Green Knight who abandoned his post or something like that. I can't remember the exact details. But what I loved was just the aura and atmosphere of the story that was like it felt like I wasn't just in a forest in a D&D game. It felt like I was in an otherworldly space where anything could happen. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Some of the best stories will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit more on like the idea of, wanting magic to grow and increase. Oh geez, 3 creepers, 4 creepers, 5 creepers.
Oh my.
Getting your explosions. Yes, that's me.
5 creepers. Uh, uh.
Indeed. I think I got away from them. I don't think they're following me. I think. Uh, anyway, so when thinking about my own story, like I didn't really think of it as specifically wanting to bring magic back so much as you know the the world is always changing, it's always turning. The concept is that there is a cosmic being at the beginning of all things that has control over the universe but is not sentient. And his power, because of how the enormity of his power, some of his power became sentient, and birthed, the initial cosmic beings that that we know of as deity in the sense of this world. Um, so why is there's a present chest? Why does the chest look like a present in my inventory?
Christmas.
Okay, well it
Oh,
didn't do that
it
earlier today.
is. No, it didn't because it's Christmas Eve to you now.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah, it's 12:30. Merry
Merry
Christmas
Christmas.
Eve, everybody. Um. Anyway, so what was I saying? I was saying something important.
Yeah, you were. Something
Thanks.
about fantasy bringing magic back, but not really
Oh,
deity
okay.
spawned creatures. Yeah.
So, this deific being, they call him the Tiller, and the reason they call him the Tiller is because it is such a it is a kind of being where, because of all that power, he's constantly like throwing sparks. He's constantly throwing out more power and more energy, and the more that it throws out, and they personify it as a he just because. I mean, technically, like they don't need. It's not even really a person, but they personify it as a he because, you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. Um, all the libtards would get mad at me. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's part of this
Libtards
whole
people.
night. Um, anyway, so the idea is that his power is so chaotic that the world starts to settle in and magic starts to become a known quantity. He inserts more magic and more power into the world as an unknown quantity.
Okay.
So the world itself cannot, magic cannot die without the Tiller himself dying. If the Tiller himself died, then the universe would end because that's the power that fuels the universe.
How well known is this information to people?
I mean, it's fairly common. Most people think of him as God, like as a he god, and that like there's a life after death and the Tiller's in charge of it, but that's not actually completely accurate. That it's controlled by beings that are sentient, that are lesser than, that have a part of that power, and then together they are as powerful as the Tiller. But he himself is not sentient, so they think of him as that, but they think of him as having his own will, but he really doesn't.
Okay. He just has a nature, not a will.
Yes, that's actually a really good way of putting it. I like that. Um, anyway, so that's the concept I came up with of, I want the world to be able to continue and to be able to grow, and it can't grow unless there's a force outside of humanity, outside of the strength of man to control, that will spawn more power and spawn more ability for people to use.
Okay.
So that's why I came up with that concept, and that's kind of where that came from for me.
Cool.
The reason that's important to me is because I hate the idea that that the universe is fading. I hate the concept that, I mean, let's take subtractive and additive magic. I mean, what kind of wonderful things would you be able to do with subtractive and additive magic together? How powerful were those wizards? You'll never see that kind of power again because it just doesn't exist anymore. Nobody has it anymore. So I
Yeah.
really,
Okay.
I really value the idea that those things have come and they will come again. It's almost like Wheel of Time style, in that way where those things
Have you
have
read
lot.
Wheel of Time?
I have gotten previously I've gotten about part of the way through, and then um like I'm I'm partway through book 2 right now. I'm rereading it right now.
Okay. I've just heard from a number of people, including Garrett, that Wheel of Time kind of ruins um, Sword of Truth.
Um, yeah, there's definitely a part of it there because the problem with Sword of Truth is that there is an ending. It's finite. And with the Wheel of Time, at the least, with every turn of the wheel, stuff is reborn. Stuff comes back into the world. You know.
Well, it's more the fact that so much of Wheel of Time is derivative from, or sorry, Sword of Truth is derivative from Wheel of Time.
Yeah, I do notice a lot of similarities, and I just didn't know which one came first, the chicken or the egg. Um,
Definitely Wheel of Time, which started in the mid 1980s.
okay, and I know '97 was when, at
Yeah.
least, and it wasn't like the '90s when Sword of Truth came out.
Probably.
Like the time frame of um just I'm just thinking about the time frame. The time frame of like '97 for some reason comes to mind, and I thought it was cool because it was my birth year kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
So, just to explore your world a little bit through some other questions, um,
sure, I
something
just
that I've first off, do you have a general story concept for the world of the story you want to tell there?
so right now it is a sandbox for
Norton 360 for gamers.
yeah, it downloaded at the same time as my other as the overclocking software I downloaded. So I'm not really sure what it is. I'm gonna probably uninstall it, but only have to figure out what it is.
Yeah, get rid of it. Norton is just Norton is completely irrelevant now that we have Windows Defender. It's
Okay.
just spam now.
Okay. I thought that it was some sort of defense software, but I just could
Glad
not
to hear
remember.
that you didn't get it willingly.
No, it was just happened to be there.
Yeah, it's defense software, but it's firewall software, but it's
Gotcha. Okay. Um, dogs, you need to stop ramming your head
damage
against
back
the
to the
door.
surface. I'm out of food on half health.
I love that I can burn a crafting table in the furnace.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta get down there and get my diamonds before they despawn.
Burn it all.
Can't believe I forgot
Oof,
about
yeah,
them.
you're kind of hitting that 5 minute timer, dude.
Oh, is it 5 minutes? Well, then I lost all my iron armor too.
Nah.
Yep, my iron pickaxe, my iron armor, everything. And there's like a dozen skeletons down here. That's cool. Luckily, I made a waterfall to come down here so I can get back up very quickly.
There you go.
Like I did a little terraforming, and so I made a nice big waterfall down the side, and I'm building a house on the edge of the cliff. Luckily, I only like dug up like 2 diamonds out of like the 3 nodes that I found. So, oh well, is what it is.
Yeah. I'm at 3 hearts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lots of spiders.
Well, you say 3 hearts and then lots of spiders. I don't think either one of those
I'm
things is
dead. I'm
healthy.
dead. I'm at 1 health. I'm at a
Oh
half a heart.
shit!
I'm gonna die. I've got 4 diamonds on me. Nope, nope, nope. Spiders that way, and I'm dead. Gosh darn it. Oh, I'm so deep. Everything's gone.
Like,
No.
do you know where you were?
No, not a chance I'll find myself. Ah, dang it.
Jeez, I'm sorry.
Yeah, my fault. I knew it
Well, I
was
know, but
easy.
sorry.
You're such a good brother.
I know. I try. I need to come back to the surface to get sand because I want to make a glass floor. Or like build out like a platform over the cavern with a glass floor.
Gosh darn it! No, everything's gone. Like 2 stacks of iron. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb.
Dude, move quick. Don't lollygag.
I have no idea where my stuff is. No idea.
Oh gosh. Like I want to feel bad
Oh,
for you.
I want to cheat so badly. Oh, I want to cheat so badly. Ah. Ah.
You get some
Okay,
mods in
anyway.
the server where you can make marks on stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I don't have those. Oh, I should. Ah.
Like I am genuinely sorry, but at the same time, like I'm having a really hard time being sorry.
I have
Like
4 diamonds too. Full iron. Gosh darn it. Okay, so one of the things that I've been researching for a while, and I kind of brought Garrett in on the discussion too. Um, there's quite a bit of research into what level of mental modeling people have of the world and how societies over time have gotten a more in-depth mental model of the world, right?
sure.
Um, and they divide into levels, so the levels are somewhat arbitrary, right? But level one is super childish. It's just they don't understand the concept of existence. They don't understand the concept of somebody else. It's just things are just happening to them, and they have nothing more than that.
Sure.
At level
Okay.
two, there's some level of symbolic thinking, and I'm sure with your girls, you'll be able to identify the idea that like they understand the concept of Mickey Mouse. But to them, Mickey Mouse backpack is the same thing as Mickey Mouse pencil, which is the same thing as Mickey Mouse on TV. It's just Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is just a thing, okay? And they like Mickey Mouse.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I can see what you're saying.
You're burning chests.
Yeah. So you did cheat, huh?
Wow. uh,
I had 2 extra chests I didn't want to put down, and I'm just like, I'll just use that to cook the 1 iron that I have.
sure. So then you get to level three, and level three understands that other people exist. Understands. Oh yeah, one other thing to say about level two, that's when you get a lot of the super primitive, basic religions of, we worship the bird because they look up at the sky, they see a flock of birds. In their mental model of the world, it's all just bird. Bird is all the same thing, right? So a lot of the
Yeah.
older Native American and like the pagan and the Celtic religions, all those
All the
in their
current
early
Native
stage,
American religions.
yeah, because they hold on to those concepts, right? Even though they're more advanced in other areas of their life, their religion is at that level, right? Because
Yeah,
we
they've
worship the
held on to
bird as
that.
an
Yeah.
entity. Level three is where you start understanding that there are other people, that other people have their own desires. Level three starts building hierarchies, and that's where you start getting kings who rule by might. The kings are in charge because they're the strongest. That's it. There's no other idea there, right? They're the
Sure. Yeah.
strongest, therefore they rule. And that led us, kind of basically at the beginning of the Middle Ages. And then level four, you start getting the understanding of right and wrong. And level four is strictly I do it because it's right. I don't do it because it's wrong, right? That level of
Yeah.
that's all there is, and that's
And that's where you
what
kind of get the why do I need God to tell me that something's wrong? I just know it's wrong and I don't do it kind of idea.
that's yes, that can emerge at that point. Both sides of it, both I do it right because God says to, but you often find people that do that at level two as well because it's like, well, God is powerful and God will punish me. God will strike me down. Like the Greek gods, they will send thunder from the skies and destroy us if we do not worship them, right?
Yeah.
But level four, you have the right and wrong. And at level five, you start having true individuality of thinking of yourself, being your own person, where we worship excellence instead of individuality. And sometimes excellence means you can break the rules and it's okay. We'll kind of let you because, well, You're the one driving society forward, right? America was built on level 5. Europe was built on level 4,
Okay,
right?
which is probably why they're having such a much harder time embracing the concept of freedom and individuality.
Right, right. Because the society matters more, and that's what's right is what's right. It just is. What do you mean? It
Which
is.
is also part of why they're able to then exercise their concept of free will to then take away other people's free rights.
Yep. Right.
Except the biggest issue is that instead of people understanding free will, it became a concept of God of government is God.
Yes. Quite definitely. Now, you all right?
Yeah, creeper just blew up next to me, and I have 11 diamonds in my inventory.
You should go protect those. Now,
Yeah,
I I
another creeper.
I will
Anyway,
yeah, you're in a super dark cavern. I will caveat and say that while higher level thinking may be more accurate, that doesn't make it better per se. It's just more accurate, or you know, more complex, right? Because
yeah,
a level 5 person could be just as evil as level 3, right?
yeah. Well, evil people exist in every level. I mean, I actually really liked the description that the D&D books used to have of humanity. Is like, the best and worst are among them.
Yeah.
And I mean, Hitler was an educated man. Doesn't mean that he wasn't evil as shit. You know.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah.
So, anyway, there are higher levels. I'll hit level 6 and 7 real quick, but past that it just gets too esoteric. But level 6 is kind of a bit of a deconstructionism. It's saying, yeah, but other people exist and every other person has their own mindset and they all have different views on the world, and there's no reason why my mindset is inherently better than theirs. And that's actually where you get, modern liberalism comes from, of we're all equal, we're all the same. And why, for example, lots of immigration is perfectly fine, doesn't matter where they come from.
Who are
Just,
you to say no?
yeah, how are you to say no? How can you declare that you're better than them, right? That's a very level 6 thing to say.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, level 6 is also saying that, well, if that person can be a man and can do this, well, why can't they also be a woman? Who's to say that they're not good enough to be a woman? You know.
Sure, sure. Level 7, on the other hand, then looks and says, yes, there are different ways to view the world. Yes, they have different strengths, but there are clearly some that are more valuable than others, right?
Yeah. Which is actually like I actually like watching Steven Crowder because he'll actually make that same kind of definition where he's like, yes, there is another culture. Those cultures are inferior to American culture. Our culture is better. We built a better country. That's the proof. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah,
So, and people hate him for that for that kind of a comment. Like I totally
sure.
understand why they hate him for it, but I love him for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, the reason why I went into this is to ask you, do you have any idea where your society is on that in that level?
Okay, so Terrence himself. So the storyline is loosely based on the characters from our role play with Terrence and Ignatius. Um, so that's where a lot of like this stuff comes from. Except for
Remind me which storyline that was.
um, Terrence was a paladin um, who basically his whole goal in life was to protect his little brother because he 100% believed his little brother was a better and was a better person than he was in every way.
Okay.
And then at the same time, his little brother kind of believed the same thing about him. Like Garrett was the little brother in that situation. Kind of believed the same about Terrence because Terrence was just like he was a paladin. He was a very genuinely good person. Um, so like this, so Terrence's whole point of view is we're going on this adventure. I'm going to go protect my brother, and anyway, so they went on that adventure where we did like we had to protect the castle and and we went to the Feywild and stuff like that.
Oh man, yeah. Okay.
So anyway, um, the concept of Terrence stuck with me, and the idea that you know he is a protector of his little brother, kind of thing. Um, so one of the reasons why I held on to that so tight is because, um, well, I see a lot of myself there. So this is a mix of the Aaron Bromstad story, the Alexander Dominstrad story, Terrence Michael. All of that kind of rolls into the same character and mindset. He 100% believes that he is. So he is born in a group with a group of pacifist people. That is his upbringing. He is born as a pacifist, and so therefore he believes that his naturally violent nature, because he is the son of a berserker. He believes his naturally violent nature is evil, and he is trying to constantly squash that nature. Um, and so every time he tries to improve, he just sees the world different than other people. Like he sees as threats where other people are just like, just don't fight back, don't fight back. If you fight back, it'll cause more fights. A very pacifist mindset. Don't hurt somebody else, or you're going to get hurt yourself, or you're going to cause more pain by causing pain.
Skeleton's father.
Yeah, very much so. So that was the mindset of his village. His mom fled there a long time ago. It's kind of a chosen one motif with his mom. Like he was a part of a prophecy um, that led his mom to try to run away when he was a baby, um, when she was still pregnant with him, and so. I'm just letting Sammy out. I think he's getting a little warm in here. It is getting a little warm in here. Anyway, so basically he's looking at the world as, I'm leaving my so eventually he leaves his home. He actually, there was a bunch of raiders that came in, attacked his home, attacked his people, and so he leaves to protect them, but not until he had already killed one of them. And so he leaves with this immense weight of shame of, I'm a horrible person, and he has to kind of come to terms with um, who he is, and kind of like where, how the world is going to work around him, with him having this kind of power um, and mindset as well. Um, so he was born with a very clear cut view of God, of the wrath of deity. Um, but then when he actually leaves, he becomes a paladin, and he actually experiences deity, and so he's kind of forced to grow up in a way. And so I really don't know exactly where to place him, because there's actual like tangible connections to gods. I don't know where to place someone in that kind of a reality.
Hmm. What's his moral obstacle that he has to overcome? Like, what's his progression? Is he wrong about something? Is he wrong about his concept of the universe?
So at first, I haven't really, fully gotten to the end of the progression in my mind yet. So bear with me. But initially, his concept is, I need to learn to control my anger. I need to learn to control my wrath, because his ancestral gift from his father is his ability to be wrathful, and to use his wrath as a physical and magical power to be able to fight, and and the more backstory. The purpose of the of these warriors that his father was a part of was to block people from crossing the Red Scar, because um, pacifists are on the other side, and they need to be protected because they wouldn't protect themselves. So that's the purpose of those people, and so them fighting and being violent is a very, very good thing, because it's in defense of people. But he is taught to believe that any kind of violence is evil, is wrong.
Yeah,
And
like the
so,
extreme version.
yeah, exactly. Like the traveling folk in the Wheel of Time, and like the people who lived up in the mountains in Sword of Truth. Very much that kind of uh, adaptation. And so what he grapples with is so his father actually reaches out from beyond the grave and forces one of um, one of his brothers, so basically Terrence's uncle, to find Terrence when he leaves the pacifist village and train him to use his ability, um, which is basically an ancestral recall. Basically, he knows how to fight by instinct and just by the fact that his father knew it. You know, um, so he's being taught how to do this by his uncle, but he doesn't want to because he doesn't want to fight anyone. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, so that's like at least in the first book, that's his major hurdle, and he has to just sort of come to the realization that, you know, the guy I killed, he needed to be killed. He needed to be gone. He needed to be taken care of because what he was doing was evil, and he was an evil man.
Yeah.
And then he had to basically forgive himself for that, and then decide what manner of man am I going to be now.
So applying that to kind of the levels concept, he grew up in a level 4 society with a strict right and wrong. Violence is evil, period. And he had to learn that level 5 exists, where as an individual, you have to excel above other people to teach them the way, to protect them, to guide them to a newer, higher truth.
Yes, more or less, yeah. He he simply he outgrew what the pacifists could have taught him.
Yeah.
And I don't know like how they work into the prophecy, but that I have, that I'm trying to work out. But basically, the idea is that, um, he's not like the center point of that prophecy. He's not like he's not like, oh, he's the only person in 1,000 years who could have done this. He's, one of many people who could be called, but he is chosen because he followed this path. Um,
Okay. Subverting the chosen one trope just
yeah,
enough.
yeah, because a lot of people like I had to explain the concept of many are called but few are chosen to a Methodist
Yeah.
because he didn't get it. He's like, what do you mean by many are called but few are chosen? I'm like, well, if you decided to, could you go out and be a missionary? Could you go out and teach people? Could you go out and be this excellent person? He's like, well, yeah. I said, well, okay, well, if you decided not to, what would be different? He's like, well, I wouldn't do those things. God wouldn't bless me as much. I'm like, okay, but would God love you any less? And
Okay.
just like showing like, yes, you can do things, and you can God has a will that is broader than just like exactly the people he wants to do things.
Yeah.
So anyway, I kind of explained that to him, and then said, I don't remember where the scripture is, but the many are called but few are chosen concept from there. But
No, that's great.
so Terrence, yes, he is a fulfillment of prophecy, but he is not a fulfillment of prophecy because he himself is the prophecy. He's not like Harry Potter, where, well, then again, even then there was two options, but he is not like Harry Potter, where Harry was the chosen one and there couldn't have been anybody else realistically.
Right.
Because I mean, just the way Neville turned out, I mean, like, can you really see him having been the chosen one, like realistically? Could you see
No.
him doing all those things?
No.
So in the end, he was the only one who could have been the chosen one.
Sure.
So that's kind of what I'm trying to break from. Is like, because like Luke had to be the chosen one, Harry had to be the chosen one, Richard Rahl had to be the chosen one, Randall Thor had to be the chosen one. You know, it's all very static and linear, um, and so I don't have a problem with those. I'm just trying to break from that a little bit.
Yeah. Cool. I think that sounds like fun. You see, when building a story, you and I kind of come from the same angle. We start from the character first, and Garrett starts from the opposite. For him, he starts from the universe first. He wants a cool magic system to start. He wants a cool, here's how the gods function, sort of thing.
He's a very
And
mechanical. He's
yeah,
very much a wizard.
yes, he's 100% a wizard.
And,
Which is
you
just a good
know,
way. And to be
we
honest,
love him for it.
despite the fact that yeah, and his current pizza stories are intentionally made so he can disconnect enough from the story to write something, right? Just to put a lot of words down on paper. So separating out the pizza story, his writing has become excellent. His writing is better, at least from the little bit you wrote, because I know you're super rusty at the moment. He's better than either of us by a mile.
Yeah, he's had a lot of practice. I
Yeah,
don't want
yeah, he
bamboo. Ugh.
has.
Um,
And I actually enjoy reading his writing, which I used to really not, because he used to write exactly how he talked, and it's like, no, it sounds wrong when you're reading it. It's not right. But
yeah, I didn't really like his writing either. I haven't had a chance to really delve into his book yet, and I'm honestly kind of waiting for his book to actually come out because I want to like actually like buy it and support him that way, you know?
sure, that'd be awesome.
But anyway,
Should
I'm
I?
looking forward to trying it and like seeing how it sounds and seeing how it works. Um,
It's a super silly book. You know, it's just for fun.
yeah. So I did write the concept of like the tiller and all that stuff before, but I already had like a mental image of what I wanted the story to be. So I did like I feel like I was kind of a hybrid of like what I did was kind of a hybrid of you know the two a little bit. Um, because things have to grow together. Like, okay, this character exists in this way because why? Why is he like this? Why is he in this position? And
Yeah,
so, and then the concept of you know these pacifist people being separated. Okay, so why is Terrence a pacifist? Because I had that idea. Like, why is he so ashamed of his anger? And I was actually reading Wheel of Time when I had that idea, and it's like, oh, because his family are pacifists. They hate the fact that he, at least his father does. Like his mom understands, but his stepfather hates the fact that he has this violent bent in him. He's trying to beat it out of him. Well, as much as a
yeah,
pacifist can, and he
right.
just he hates that about him, and he wants it gone. um and so he puts a lot of work into trying to be the man that his father-in-law, his stepfather, wants him to be. But he could just never be that. um
Yeah,
but then I had to think of, okay, so pacifism does not work in a fantasy world. Why? Because there's monsters that will kill you bloody for fun. you know
it doesn't work in the real world either. But
No, it works nowadays because you are protected by military. And people seem to think, oh, because it's a military doing it, it's not me, therefore I'm still a pacifist.
it doesn't work over any period of time in the real world.
Yeah. So anyway, I really wanted to delve into that idea um, that the world is a hard and painful place, and sitting idly by is not possible.
Cool.
And so he stepped in because he looks at it as like, I have the power and the ability to do so, therefore I must.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to get you to give me this world file so that I can just play in this world, because I don't like my world as much as this one. I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to live anywhere but lush caves anymore. I'm broken.
Well. How would I give you the seed instead?
That would work. That would work. I'd be okay with that. That's a fair trade.
I'm going off to find a new cave.
Don't die.
Yeah, I probably will.
I'm trying to get enough glass to make a glass floor that's more than like 3 blocks wide.
Yeah.
I need to get glass for the windows, and I'm thinking of just leaving it to an open roof because I have all these vines coming down in, and I could literally just harvest all the berries as they just grow into my house.
Nice.
I feel like that's how a cave dweller would respond to it. Why do I need a roof? I just need walls to keep the monsters out.
Sounds good to me.
Reminds me of that guy on Kachik, Kashyyyk, however you want to say it, in Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Just living on the ground, just like, what are you doing? Speaking of a blast from the past.
Yeah, man. I've been nursing my own story as well, and it's one of those, the time to actually sit down and write, that I actually have the creative brain power to write, is so rare that I feel like I just can't get to it.
There's something that I've been thinking about trying. It's called Brain FM. It's an app that like plays music to help you concentrate.
Yeah.
But they've been like scientifically like testing it to to see how well it works. And that like for example, they tested on people coming out of a sedative after surgery. Um,
Okay.
whatever the term is, I don't remember. Um, not anesthesia. No, is that
Yeah.
it? Oh, that's the
Anesthesia.
word. Okay. Anyway, so people were brought out of anesthesia using it, and people came out 30% faster. And when they woke up, they weren't groggy; they were perfectly awake as soon as they woke up.
Nice.
So it's just like it's very cool sounding at least, and I really would like to try it because they have one of their flagship products is called Focus, and you listen to it while you're working or while you're reading or while you're writing or whatever, and it just helps you just dial in. They have ones that are specifically that help boost creativity. They have ones that they're using to help boost dopamine when you're working out. Like they have a lot of ones, and honestly, it feels kind of like, what the heck are you doing? That sounds like witchcraft, kind of thing. But
Sure.
the concept is cool. I like the concept.
Yeah.
So it's something that
Yeah.
I think that. I've been listening to a group called Mind Pump, which is basically they're a mix of they're a bunch of ex fitness trainers who have gone, who have gotten too old to do fitness training very much, but now
We
they
were
still do some fitness
ages
training,
ago.
but yeah, but they like discuss topics about like general health and fitness as well as talking about stuff like this where it's kind of out of the box, but it works and it's cool, and so that's where I heard about it. And I think you get like a free month if you get if you get it through them. So I was gonna do it through them and give it a shot because that sounds pretty neat.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of my creative energy is just taken by doing videos and stuff. And unfortunately, because I do so many things just with noise on in the background, except I can't do it making me videos, and so it's just painful because I have to be staring at the screen at all times, and I have to be listening at all times, and I can't shut one or the other off.
Yeah. Well, then
And
what you do is you just I don't know what it sounds like, but I think you can play it like it's a background noise. You can just play it in the background while you're working or while you're doing other things. Like I was going to like if I was like if I go hard on streaming, I'll probably play it while I'm streaming, but not in a way that the stream could hear because I don't know if that's allowed. But so I can
yeah,
focus for a few hours and whatever. I was gonna give it a shot anyway, see what happened.
that'd be interesting.
It'd be a good test, a good
Because
experiment.
yeah, I mean, if you get the free month, why not, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They said that most people who get the free month end up end up sticking around. So I guess I'll see how it goes.
Sure.
Like I'm concerned. Like, do I really want that free month? Then?
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to save money, but
Well, I mean, in the long run, do I want that free month? Because then I might not save money in the long run.
yeah, well, that's true.
But I mean, but if it also increases my ability to function when streaming, my ability to function when at work, then if it actually can pay back in a tangible way that way, you know, oh, at that point it's almost worth it.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyway, just a cool thought.
yeah, yeah. That is.
I've been thinking about wanting to use that when because right now I have so many distractions going on. I cannot write. I got that one the prologue done that I showed you, and that was it. Um, and I really want to write more, but I've been really struggling with it with everything going on. Like if I sit down and try to be in my own head and try to be creative, my mind goes to all the things going on in my life.
Yeah.
So it's hard to do.
Hmm. Yeah. I definitely can see that. The idea that in order to write, you have to be able to block everything else out and send your mind elsewhere. You know,
Yeah. Like when I
there's
was
some.
writing that, like I know it didn't turn out exactly like I wanted, but like I was there, I was watching those, obviously you haven't seen them fight yet. You see that in the next section, but
Yeah, you jerk.
story. Anyway,
What are you, Canadian, eh?
you used to say sorry like that all the time. I'm imitating you. Good lord.
Well,
Well, I built my glass balcony, so
I'm seeing that. That's cool.
what? You just like randomly stalking me?
No, I'm watching your stream, dude.
Oh, good lord.
Like, come on, man.
I just assumed that you were like flying around, like in your cheat mode
Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I do not have admin.
right now.
Yeah, right now. I'm gonna give my to myself so we don't, so we can get around problems later. But
Oh. Yeah, I definitely don't want to build a roof on this because it's too cool having the vines come down into my space.
sure.
And here I'm thinking like, oh man, you're gonna have to come visit. It'll be cool for you to see all this for the first time. And I feel, oh yeah, you're watching my stream. Never mind. At least I know my stream is still working.
Yep.
I just need some more torches to fully light this place up, or even better, I could dig out the floor and put a glass floor and put like just a complete lava floor.
Yeah, there you go.
That could be
Um,
cool.
when you can, I don't know how much it's gonna impact your graphics, but one of the features of, I think I, oh, there's an Enderman down there. Ugh. One of the features of, oh gosh, what's the name of the texture? Oh, that's a villager. Um, Complementary shaders. By the way, it's one of the most popular shader packs out there right now. It's very vanilla-like. It just has little better shading, very, very close to normal stuff, right?
Okay, more realistic,
Um,
slightly.
yeah, yeah, you could say more realistic. That's not specifically what they're looking at. It just makes the game a little bit prettier. But what they
Sure.
might do is they have an option to enable connected textures, which specifically works with glass, so you don't see the borders in glass at all.
Right, I think I remember there being a mod for like that back when I used to play.
Yeah, there's stuff. There's been stuff like that for a long time. Why is there a zombie villager here? Do you spawn naturally, or is there a village nearby? I hope there's a no village nearby.
Well, if there's a village nearby, then there isn't a village nearby anymore. Then again, zombies don't seem to attack villagers, which I find very disturbing. Whose side are they on?
Oh, they do. They just prefer players.
I love it when you find like little diamond nodes that you just overlooked.
Yeah?
Seriously? I like turn around and there's literally 5 zombies coming up on me.
I get to fight a
What?
skeleton with
What
just
the
a pet.
frick? Yeah, it doesn't work very well, does it?
No, not terribly, but with enough patience it works.
Well, enough patience, almost anything works, eventually.
Sure.
I have now killed 5 zombies, and I'm about to kill my 6th. 3 diamond zombies. Leave me alone. 4 diamonds. I still need to come down here, and I still need to collect lava, which is what I came down here for.
Very nice.
Oh, more diamonds. And a big pool of lava. Don't die. Oh, creeper coming to me. Go away, Mr. Creeper. Go away. Okay, I gotta run past a skeleton, 2 zombies, and a creeper. I'm back to my base. This is ridiculous. And I didn't bring any food with me. By the way, if you see a tunnel coming up out of the middle of the river, that's mine. Leave it alone.
Oh, I found that, yeah.
Yeah, that goes straight.
Jump right at it.
Yeah, that goes straight down into my base.
Okay, cool.
I mean, you can use it, but just don't.
Shouldn't break the. I shouldn't break a block. Let water flow down.
Yeah, that'd be problematic.
Should put lava at the top.
I mean, that would flow all the way down here. Like when I had water coming down, it was like all over the place. You're probably starting a wildfire down here.
Oh boy. Oh. Garrett, it is or Spencer. Sorry. Jeez. I'm so used to saying Garrett now. Please accept my apologies. It is past midnight for me.
Yeah,
One for you.
I figured you'd want to quit soon. Ow.
Yeah. You are quite a bit more nocturnal than I.
Honestly, I just don't want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, nothing feels worse than going to sleep alone when you've had your best friend literally with you 24/7 the last, several years. So.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. That's a wound that's going to take you a while to heal,
Yep.
A day at a time.
Anyway, yeah, if you want to head out, I'll probably head out here in a little bit once I'm not being shot at.
Or, directly over lava.
Yeah. That's also something I'd like to avoid.
Yep. I started building my world entirely. Now, first off, do you know what lit RPGs are?
I've heard the term a lot. Don't really have a good idea of like what exactly it means.
Garrett has gotten super deep into lit RPGs. Okay, it is his favorite genre by far. The
Okay.
idea is the genre started as the idea of kind of melding a book with a role playing game. The idea of you're going to write a book, but the increase in power becomes more itemized. Sometimes it's literal stats, sometimes all of your abilities have names, uh, but things are much more granular and specific. And of course, it really appeals to Garrett and his wizardry, right?
Yeah, for
But
sure.
as a genre, it has absolutely exploded in popularity. And in fact, it's the only, I would say, at least from what I can observe, the only genre that isn't female centric that is currently growing because male fantasy has died.
Yeah,
Um,
there's no. Yeah, I very much agree with that. Yeah.
yeah. So this has kind of taken its place. There is some level of it appeals to that what people generally say. It's a very autistic type response of liking the crunchiness, the numbers, the specificity, being able to interact with that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
so have you seen Sword Art Online?
No, and I don't know. Gut feeling. I feel like I remember having a negative opinion of it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it either. That was kind of the original. People get sucked into a video game world. That's a very literal interpretation of lit RPGs. But another huge subset genre to it is like some other alien race has taken over Earth and just instituted their system on it. Now everybody is psychically or magically attached to their system and their ranking, and they tell you what you can or can't do based off of your ranking. And sometimes it attaches magic. Usually it attaches magic to it. Sometimes it attaches other things to it.
Ready
And
Player One almost.
yeah, that yeah, Ready Player One's a good example.
Okay, it's
And
not one, but it is. It's kind of before that time.
it's it's close. Yeah, Ready Player One was way before its time. So Garrett has been intentionally writing in that genre for a while, and he loves the genre. Watch out, because you have a wood floor right above it.
Yeah, I'm not putting it down just yet. I'm gonna be putting glass down, so I'm trying to figure out like will the wood still burn if it's only adjacent to it and not on top of it, and not next to it.
It's a great question. I don't know.
Luckily, my house is not made of wood. It's only the floor.
Yeah, that's true.
Either way, I need a lot more sand. I guess I'll probably do that tomorrow.
Anyway, thinking along those veins, um, I had kind of designed a world with that idea. Just because, specifically, I haven't played World of Warcraft in a very long time. I loved World of Warcraft. I enjoyed the kind of world it had, and some of the conceit of that kind of world was fun.
Yeah,
And
for
why
sure.
are you laughing?
Oh,
Why are you? Come on
telling stories about Murlocs.
now. Yeah.
Oh, good
One of the
lord.
conceits of the world that I enjoyed was things are zoned off. Things aren't, uh, when the big bad dragon comes, he doesn't hit Elwyn Forest, right?
Yeah,
And and so that allows you to have low level quests and high level quests in a world that doesn't feel, or the contrivedness of the world is excused, right?
yeah,
Anyway, and so that's kind of where I was building my story, and in what world would people find themselves in this game, and why would it be, and but it's so far on the back burner that I haven't made any real progress on it, which is sad.
yeah. So very much like the D&D campaign I tried to take you and Garrett on, where it was very much like a very staggered, like you level up, you feel like oh I have an increase of power, and then suddenly oh that looks way more difficult than I'm ready for, and you kind of see that difference. So almost a
Yeah.
similar kind of feel.
Yes. Yeah. Similar feel to that.
Okay,
So anyway,
well that's cool. I think that sounds awesome. Um,
it's been fun hanging out tonight.
yeah, it has. a little bit like I feel like I've been accidentally writing similar in a similar genre just because I have designed somewhat of a mechanical progression to Terrence's power, but it's not like a oh here's a stat increase. It's like a he gain the more he learns about his powers, the more he gains access to more abilities.
Yeah,
So it's a similar concept, I think, but not the same for sure.
yeah, it's straying more into a hard magic system without being explicit.
Honestly, that's one of the things that I have a hard time with Wheel of Time and with Sword of Truth is that there's the magic is so intangible. Like, yes, you know the basic rules about what additive and subtractive magic can and can't do, but there's no rules really besides that, other than oh well, your power limits your ability. Um, Whereas, you know, D&D, if you want to do something that's outside the norm, you have to really work to try to make it happen because there are rules and there are blocks to it.
Yeah,
So anyway, I just thought I think that was I think it's an interesting, you know, thing to think about.
yeah, yeah. We should continue having these talks while on live stream. I think it's an interesting conversation.
Yeah, I mean that whole conversation was on live stream.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh right,
very
you knew
cool.
that.
Yeah, I knew it, but you know.
Yeah, I have all four of my Xbox controllers and I'm gonna set them up on the background behind me, like on little
Oh
shelves.
no, no! Don't let people know you're a console pleb. No.
Okay, so this one was given to me by Emma.
Okay.
So it's a special one for me. And then I have the one that she used to play on, which is blue. And then I have a black
Okay.
one and a white one. So I have like all four colors of Xbox controllers. So I figured that would like make a cool little stream background.
Uh huh.
So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna probably work on getting this place because I don't. I mean, I can tell it's a little echoey still, and
Yes, it is.
but it's not as bad as the big room was. So I feel like it's
No, it's
progress.
not.
But like I have this
Yeah.
blanket I'm gonna hang up and see if that helps. You know, try to work on a few little things to get the stream a little bit, you know, a little bit better. Um,
How's the heat level?
it was like it got pretty warm in here. I turned the heat off earlier today because it was staying at like 70, and I was, you know, I like to wear a jacket and slippers usually. Um,
Yeah.
so I wanted it a little cooler, so I just shut the heat off. Closed myself in here with two dogs, and it got really toasty. Then as soon as I opened the door, you know, the cold air blew in from the unheated apartment.
Uh huh.
So anyway, I think I'll probably spend more time in this area just because it stays warm so easy. I mean, there's no vent in here. There's no cold air return. There's no heat vent. There's nothing. It's just, you know, body heat and computer heat. But
Okay.
anyway, so yeah, we can have more talks next time we're on. Um, I'm planning on like I'm really trying to figure out my next step because like it's like if I do get a second job, I won't be streaming pretty much at all anymore unless I go really hard on the weekends and then just post clips throughout the week. Um, which
Yeah.
would be really difficult considering I'd already be working 60 to 80 hours during the week. So it's either a concept of do I go for the second job or do I go really hard on streaming and hope it pays off? And I think with the jobs I'm looking at, like I could easily get like I could go to McDonald's and make, you know, another 30K a year working at McDonald's, you know, and that would definitely add to my income. It would definitely help, but I don't want to go work at McDonald's as a second job. I want to do something that's going to earn some real money. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think, working the kind of hours you're talking about, the 70, 80 hours a week, it's gonna it's gonna doing that sitting in a chair doing sales after an active job retail. And it seems to be working retail where it's gonna hurt your body as a second job where you already have a physical job and you're paid a whole lot less. Seems
mhm.
like a whole lot worse deal than something like the insurance sales, which at least you're able to sit and at least have two different jobs that are two different activity levels, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've really struggled with that thought because, like, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go work at McDonald's. I'm not going to go back to a restaurant job. I have more experience and more knowledge than that is worth anymore. I'm overqualified
100%.
now. But I mean, obviously, if I had no other choice, if I lost this job and I could not find another, I would go work at McDonald's. I'm not too proud to do it. It's just a fact of I am worth more than that now, and I can make more doing other things. Um, like if I lost this job, I could go get a job as a welder tomorrow. They need welders, but they just don't
Yeah.
pay enough, so that's why I'm doing this instead of welding. Um,
Yep.
but anyway, it's just a matter of figuring out what to do and then how to do it because if streaming is going to cover what I need to do, then I need to really bust my butt making it happen. And pretty consistently, I don't get unique views. I don't. Like right now, I have not. You're the most unique viewer I've had the whole stream.
Aw, I'm super unique. Well,
Yeah,
you
your little
know,
gemstone in the rough.
aw, yeah, and I know you know this, but streaming is where you get streaming is the cash cow. Streaming is where you get paid for having put out good content.
Yeah,
Unless you're the number one Fortnite player slaying all the noobs, you're not going to get the views, right? So
yeah,
it's the cash cow after you build an audience.
yeah, and that's where I guess where I've been struggling because it takes a lot of work to figure out what content to make. Like the tutorials was a
Yep,
great idea, and I've had two of my tutorial videos that are doing really well. They're over 100 views each. They're doing great,
that's awesome. Yeah,
which is it took a lot of work. I mean, you remember how hard I had to work just to get the views I did when I used to play
hmm
Minecraft on YouTube. I'm having similar success now, which I did not expect, honestly. I did not expect I would have. I mean, when I tried to post YouTube videos between now and and when I first started YouTube way back when I was like 15 years old,
hmm
um, I've had drastically more similar success to that first time. I still only have 2 subscribers, but which I'm assuming one of them is you. Um,
yes, yes.
so I have one unique subscriber, unless that's Garrett, in which case
No, I don't
I
think
don't.
so. But well, we'll talk about a short strategy. There, basically, it comes down to it. There are formulas, and you have to discover a formula or borrow a formula.
Yeah,
Doc and I found a couple of formulas that work, and so you can use them and and have success. So it's interesting how the game works, but you know, I I'm excited to try the ideas that we've kind of come up with our multiplayer stuff. And if that works, if that's a formula that works, if we can build that, man, that would be fun because Dad can't do his bit forever, and
Heavens knows he probably wants to.
oh yeah, he loves it. But like, first off, I cannot edit satisfactory videos for the rest of my life. No, thank you.
Are
Or
you
for the
trying
rest
to
of his life,
offer
I
to
should
edit
say.
Minecraft videos
Oh
instead?
my gosh. Oh, 100%. I would take Minecraft. Oh, absolutely. Okay, let me go off of this for a little bit, okay?
Sure.
Minecraft has a replay mod, which takes a recording of every single thing that happens within the sphere around you. So you can go in there and like free cam fly around, set up the camera perfectly, do time lapses, like all that is super fancy. It's awesome. It's like being your own video producer. You can do super stylistic, cinematic, all sorts of stuff. It's great.
Okay.
In Satisfactory, you can't do that. In Satisfactory, you get what they give you. Um, Especially with Doc, he doesn't watch YouTube for entertainment. He watches news, right? He watches NASCAR. He doesn't watch Minecraft. He doesn't watch Satisfactory. And so what
Yeah.
he doesn't get is the cadence of storytelling, you know. And I think the video we put out for Christmas is going to be excellent because we really worked really hard to do the storytelling side of it. I think it'll get a lot more views than our typical one, but it takes a lot of extra effort to direct that video. And if we were playing Minecraft, and if it was me, you, and Garrett, we'd be telling stories because all three of us are natural storytellers. All three of us love telling stories and do that. And we all just understand that we take a different role in each story that's being told. In this one, I'm the sidekick. In this one, I'm the comedic relief. And in this one, I'm the main character, right?
Sure.
And you
Yeah.
take that, we create a good dynamic. We played D&D together for how long? Like, come on, you know,
Yeah.
like that's what we do. And so, anyway, I think it could be very successful.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of D&D, I was wondering if there was any way that we could do that again. Not maybe not on a stream, but just like, I know that you're very busy, obviously, but
mhm,
I don't know. I think it'd be fun to do that occasionally.
I would love to.
I thought about
I
going to a local place and seeing if there was like a local group I could join, but almost every single time I see somebody advertise about wanting to play D&D, they either have blue hair or
Yep,
they're transvestites. And
yeah,
so it's really not an appealing demographic for me to join.
yep. The modern game has been taken over, and unfortunately, a lot of the people who are kind of on our side have gone back to older versions of D&D, which I'm okay with that. And it's
Hmm.
either the majority of them actually don't even go back to third edition; they go back to AD&D and what they call OSR, which is the old school Renaissance. It's they rewrite AD&D to be more for modern audiences. It's a much simpler system that focuses more on the storytelling, the emergent storytelling, and the lethality instead of the modern day super bloated system without any lethality whatsoever.
Okay.
So anyway, so yeah, I'd be happy playing again. Garrett's kind of over it, but if we were to play in person, I'm sure we could convince him.
Oh yeah. Well, playing in person would just be hard because, then it would be a question of, you know, meeting in
Yeah,
person, which, 13 hours of
we'll do it.
driving two directions would not be.
Yeah, we will do it once a year, maybe twice a year. You know, that kind of thing. Meeting one in person. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, but I'd be down to give it a shot. But also playing online takes 10 times as much effort. Building up the maps and line of sight, and oh my gosh. But whatever.
Yeah.
We did play
Well, I mean,
Call of
if
Cthulhu. I
we,
think I told you that.
I don't remember for sure. I'm sure you did, but I can't remember. If we set up like, I mean, you guys sat at a table and then we set up a webcam where I could see the table and, you guys could see me,
There you go.
then we could probably play like that, if nothing
Yeah,
else.
sure.
Because I'm having trouble with connecting with Garrett, like, because like when you left, it was pretty much just like, okay, the game's done. It's just who's going to give up first, Um,
Yeah.
because it's hard for me to he seems very quiet and very rigid, and I don't think he thinks of me as like an equal to him in life experience or anything like that. I think thinks of himself as I'm the older brother, and very quiet and towards me.
Yeah, although I would say that you're the one who kind of brought up the subject first.
I know I
You
threw that
know.
in there after a while. Yeah, I did. I was trying to like poke
Yeah.
fun and try to like get a rise out of him, and
Yeah,
trying to
but
play with
you
him. But
you pulled back a little bit, and yeah, it kind of goes on both sides because we both recognize that you got married and we didn't. You've had kids and we haven't, and you've had a certain life experience, and both of us, and it's been a struggle for both of us wanting to, enter that stage of our life, and we see both of our sisters' marriage and our parents' marriage, and Garrett's best friend Corey got a divorce
oh, geez.
from college, and it's really hard to watch all these. And by the way, same situation. They got married and they were living off in Alaska for a few years, but they came back and moved into their parents' property in Kansas, and 2 years later get a divorce with a kid left behind.
Yeah,
And
and yeah, that's honestly like I I kind of part of it was definitely being on the property with her family. Like I feel like that didn't help the stress of everything, and I also felt like part of it was I became very we became very codependent around with with her pregnancies and all that stuff, and then She became more independent after that, and I never really moved on from that. I still wanted to be, you know, really, I still felt dependent on her. I still felt like I needed to be there to catch her because I was worried she would fall, the kind of thing. Um, and so instead of her leaning on me when there were troubles, then she started leaning on her family because it was different kind of troubles. It wasn't the same. Um, and it was because they were there. It wasn't because I couldn't do the same thing. It was just because they were there and they'd been doing that her whole life. And so she
Yep.
opted for that instead. And and I didn't handle it well. And I started, I blamed her family for getting into the marriage. I blamed her family for doing all this. And instead of just realizing this is where I'm at, this is what I'm struggling with, and I need to address that with her and, try to get our marriage back in a, as Steve Harvey put it, a closed-handed circle. It's just the two of you trying to get it back to that I shouldn't have, been so judgmental and angry with her family. I mean, obviously they did things that were wrong. Everybody does. I did things that were
Yeah.
wrong, and so did Emma. But
Yeah.
there's things I could have done, and and those are
Well,
I'm
I'll
trying to
I'll
identify the things I did wrong, so
I'll
to make
take
sure.
my
You'll take your what?
yeah. Well, I'll take my critiques offline. I don't want to,
Fair enough. Yeah.
you know, don't want to delve too deep into there.
Yep. Well, I mean, if she did see that, she
Because,
saw how I just
dude,
talked right now. I hope
brother, I'm
she'd.
pretty sure you're perfect. So,
Well, I appreciate that. Oh, all right, man. Well, I think it's about
yeah.
time for you to shove off to bed.
Yeah. No, you shove off. Hey, it was
Well,
good play tonight.
yeah, maybe we can play some more tomorrow or something. I know I don't really have much going on, so if you have anything you want to do, I'm happy to do it. I'm just gonna
Well,
be wrapping gifts and getting stuff for the trip. So
yeah, well, we have a widower in the ward who we invited over for a couple of hours. I think actually Dad
yeah,
told you about him.
yeah, he
Yeah,
told me
so
that that was happening. So
I'm gonna be booked for the afternoon, but and the morning time I'm gonna be trying to get that video done. But I'm pretty sure after around 5 or 6 or so, I'm free till Christmas Day. So
okay,
if
yeah.
we want to play Minecraft or try Fortnite again,
Like, I don't know what caused that to happen at all. I'm honestly shocked that it happened not once but twice, and both with an error code that I didn't recognize. Which honestly, actually, I don't even remember it showed an error code.
huh? Well, you'll have tomorrow to troubleshoot if you'd like, or mess around with it. And let me
Yeah.
know.
Yep, we'll
I'm
do.
down to play anything.
All right, sounds good, man. Well, you have a good night.
Talk to you later. You too.
Anyway, guys, bit of a longer stream there. We're gonna be doing some longer streams here in the future. I think trying to build up some of that content. Anyway, so you guys have a really good night, and I will see you next time.